everyone, this is Meera Gupta, and in this video I am going to cover the last part of the story The Rattrap from class 12th English book Flamingo. This is part 5, and in earlier videos I have covered from part 1 to 4, from para 1 to 40. So let us here cover the next part and next paragraph. But before this, let us know where the story has ended up. The story has ended up when Adela tried to explain the difficulties faced by the paddler. She said that he didn't have any house, he was turned out from wherever he went, and he always kept on running in order to safeguard himself from being arrested. She also said that she wanted Paddler to enjoy Christmas with peace as they had promised him. They should not send away a man on Christmas, the man whom they had promised happiness on the day. The ironmaster was not able to find an answer to go against his daughter, so at that moment he was agreed with his daughter. Now let us see the next paragraph. Para 41. You do preach worse than a parson, said the ironmaster. I only hope you won't have to regret this. The young girl took the stranger by the hand and led him up to the table. Now sit down and eat, she said, for she could see that her father had given in. Okay, let us know the difficult meaning. Preach here means advice, and parson is here a church man. Okay. What happened? The only thing he could say to his daughter was that she was trying good at convincing others, better than the priest at the church. But the ironmaster also warned her that hopefully her decision would not bring any adverse effect on them. The girl took the paddler to the table and offered him food. She saw that her father had consented to her wish. Okay, now let's see the next para. Para 42. The man with the rat trap said not a word. He only sat down and helped himself to the food. Time after time he looked at the young girl who had interceded for him. Why had she done it? What could the crazy idea be? Now see the explanation. The paddler didn't say any word and started eating because he was hungry. Though he was doubtful about her intention and was wondering why she stopped him or why she wanted to help him. What is the intention behind this? The paddler was wondered. Okay, now see the next paragraph. Para 43. After that, Christmas Eve at Ramjo passed just as it always had. The stranger didn't cause any trouble because he did nothing but sleep. The whole forenoon he lay on the sofa in one of the guest rooms and slept at one stretch. At noon, they woke him up so that he could have his share of the good Christmas fare. But after that he slept again. It seemed as though for many years he had not been able to sleep as quietly and safely as here at Ramjo's. So what happened? After that the paddler went to sleep. He didn't cause harm to anyone and lay down on the sofa in a guest room. He was once woken up in the afternoon, but after having his lunch, he again went to sleep. It was like as if he had never got a chance to sleep so peacefully as he had got at his place. Okay, means at that moment he slept peacefully. It seems that for many years he had not been able to sleep as quietly and safely as there at the Ramjos. Okay. Now see the next paragraph. Para 44. In the evening, when the Christmas tree was lighted, they woke him up again, and he stood for a while in the drawing room, blinking as though the candlelight hurt him. But after that, he disappeared again. 2 hours later, he was aroused once more. He then had to go down into the dining room and eat the Christmas feast and porridge. Okay. Now what happened after that? In the evening, the family woke him up as they had to light up the Christmas tree. He stood there blinking as if he was getting hurt by the bright light of the candles. He again went to sleep. Finally, they called him again for the dinner of Christmas feast and porridge. Means the whole day only he used to sleep. Only at the time of eating, means at the time of having lunch or at the time of having dinner, he woke up. Okay. Now see the next paragraph. Para 45. As soon as they got up from the table, he went around to each one present and said thank you and good night. But when he came to the young girl, she gave him to understand that it was her father's intention that suit which he wore was to be a Christmas present. He did not have to return it, and if he wanted to spend next Christmas Eve in a place where he could rest in peace and be sure that no devil would befall him, he would be welcomed back again. Now what happened? After the dinner was over, the peddler thanked everyone present there. The ironmaster's daughter said that the clothes which were given to him were a Christmas present from her father, so he could carry them with him. She even invited the peddler to be with her family for the next Christmas Eve and promised that nothing bad would happen to him. Again she was showing her concern to that peddler. Now see the next paragraph. Para 46. The man with the rat trap didn't answer anything to this. He only stared at the young girl in boundless amazement. The next morning, the ironmaster and his daughter got up in a good season to go to the early Christmas service. Their guest was still asleep and they didn't disturb him. Now see the difficult meaning, boundless. Boundless here means limitless and amazement here means wonder. Okay. Now see what happened after that. The peddler didn't have an answer for this and stared at the girl with wonder. Means she couldn't understand why that girl was willing to help him. Next day, both ironmaster and his daughter went for the Christmas service early in the morning. They didn't disturb their guest as he was asleep. Now see the next paragraph. Para 47. When at about 10 o'clock they drove back from the church, the young girl sat and hung her head even more dejectedly than usual. At church she had learned that one of the old crafters of the ironworks had been robbed by a man who went around selling rat traps. Yes, that was fine fellow you let into the house, said her father. I only wonder how many silver spoons are left in the cupboard by this time. Dejected here means sad. Okay. Now what happened? Both ironmaster and his daughter had come to know that a rat trap seller had stolen money from the old crafter. They realized that he was the same man whom they had over as a guest. The ironmaster said that it was his daughter who insisted to give shelter to a thief and was wondering that how many silvers had been stolen by him. Means they were sure at that time definitely that man would steal. He was in habit of stealing, so maybe at that moment definitely he stole something from their house. Okay, now see the next paragraph. The wagon had hardly stopped at the front steps when the ironmaster asked the valet whether the stranger was still there. He added that he had heard at church that the man was a thief. The valet answered that the fellow had gone and he had not taken anything with him at all. On the contrary, he had left behind a little package which Miss Wilmanson was to be kind enough to accept as a Christmas present. Now, they were thinking maybe that man had stolen something from their home. But what happened? The ironmaster, on reaching home, inquired about the peddler from the valet, from the attendant. He also, to his surprise, the valet told him that the peddler, instead of taking something, had left a small Christmas gift for Miss Wilmanson. Okay, means he had not stolen anything. Instead of, he has given a gift for that lady. Now see the next paragraph. Para 49. The young girl opened the package, which was so badly done up that the contents came into view at once. She gave a little cry of joy. She found a small rat trap. In it lay 3 wrinkled 10-kroner notes, but that was not all. In the rat trap lay also a letter written in a large jagged characters. Okay, now what happened? The ironmaster's daughters opened the gift. It was so roughly packed that she could easily guess what was inside the pack. After from Rattrap and after opening, she found that parcel contained a rat trap and 3 kroner notes, and inside there was a letter. Okay, now see what was written in that letter. Para 50. Honored and noble Miss, since you have been so nice to me all day long, as if I was a captain, and I want to be nice to you in return, as if I was a real captain, for I do not want you to be embarrassed at this Christmas season by a thief, but you can give back the money to the old man on the roadside who has the money pouch hanging on the window frame as a bait for poor wanderers. The rat trap is a Christmas present from a rat who would have been caught in this world's rat trap if he had not been raised to captain, because in that way he got power to clear himself. Written with friendship and high regard, Captain on Still. Okay. So what is written in that letter? The peddler had thanked his host who had taken care of him as if he was a real captain. In return, he gifted her a rat trap and also requested her to return the stolen money to the old man. He said that it was she who let him free from the rat trap by raising his status from that of a mere peddler to that of captain. At last he undersigned as captain on stall. Okay, means here at that moment the peddler was totally changed person and he realized his guilt, and that's why he had given a package to that lady containing a rat trap and 30 kroner with a letter, and where he confessed of his mistake, and also he wanted to give his thanks to the rat trailer. And these all things was happened because of the concern, affection and love from the Adler which he has got. Okay, now the story is end up here. I hope you understood this. Let us see theme of the story. The theme of the story is that most human beings are prone to fall into the trap of material benefit. However, every human being has an essential goodness that can be awakened through understanding and love. A human being has the tendency to redeem himself from dishonest ways. The theme is developed with the help of the metaphor of the rat trap. The peddler of rat traps call this world a big rat trap. These material benefits like riches and joys, shelter and food, heat and clothing are temptation that allure a person to fall into the rat trap of the world, exactly as the bait of cheese and pork attract rat to fall into the rat trap. Once someone takes the bait, the world closes in on him and then everything is lost. The peddler is tempted by the 30 kroner of the old crafter. He steals the money. Now he is afraid of being caught and moves through the woods. It is the kind, sympathetic, loving and generous treatment given by Adela Wilmanson that helps him get himself free from the rat trap of the world. Okay, this is the theme of the story. Now see what moral lesson we learned from this story. The rat trap is an interesting story. Okay, it has been told somewhat in the manner of a fairy tale. The rat trap peddler is a poor man. He robs the same who gives him shelter and food, but he is reformed by the compassionate behavior of a young girl. And that young girl was Edla. This story gives the message that the essential goodness of a man can be awakened through love and understanding. Now here our stories end up. So I hope you understood this story very well, and it is my suggestion for you, if you haven't watched the previous video, then go through the previous video link and watch this video from starting, and this story is definitely going to motivate you to do something for others, to help others. Maybe your help, your love, your concern can change anyone's life. Okay, so goodbye, take care, thank you so much for watching.